Welcome to Brothers Beer Podcast. I'm Steve,
I'm Ken.
and this is Brothers and Beer. What are we doing today?
I think we're talking about dumb shit.
Talking about dumb shit.
Man, you just smacked your desk and your camera forgot how to zoom. It was kind of crazy looking.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. My camera is 1904. It's really old technology.
That's the model?
No, it was built in 1904.
Oh, wow.
It's got a big flash.
Is that why I hear this every once in a while?
Yeah. That's why it looks like I'm bright as the sun in here.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to turn the sun down, homie.
How you doing, Ken?
I'm here.
There's the rest of that saying goes
No.
No? So what are you drinking today, man? You want to go first?
Beer, dude, beer. I don't care. Yeah, I'm drinking another one of my Treehouse beers. These things should have been gone a long time ago. It actually says on almost every one of the cans, keep cold, drink fresh. I was there the end of June.
Wow.
I don't think fresh really explains this beer anymore, but every one I've had still tasted really good. Does it taste as good as the very first one that I had back in? No, it doesn't, but it's still really good. But this one is summer. It's a special release. It's got like sunflowers and shit on it. It's pretty sweet.
I remember that.
Yeah, it's a special release Imperial IPA that they did. Summer's an Imperial IPA brewed with the spirit and character of the season in mind, utilizing a grist of pale malt and significant amounts of flaked oats paired with sunny American hops, including Magnum, Citra, and Amarillo. Summer pours in a glowing yellow color. In the glass and emits aromas of fresh orange juice, mango gummies, not mango gummies, and clementine. Oh, wait. Clementine sorbet.
Wow. This is a fancy beer.
Right? The flavor follows suit, rounding out an immensely juicy and refreshing Treehouse beverage. A perfect accompaniment to a day by the pool or at the beach this summer, or doing a podcast in your basement while it's snowing and icing outside.
Yeah, it's pretty gross out.
So there are no stats on the beer about ABV and IBU. It is an Imperial IPA, so it's probably at least 7.5%, 8% alcohol by volume, if I had to guess. With it being that high ABV, it's probably somewhere in the 70 range IBUs. It smells fantastic. Actually, I if I'm being completely honest, I don't know if I've drank one of these since I got back. I think there's one in that fridge that we never did.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that too.
But it looks like my camera froze on my screen, so I can't see what I'm showing you right now. I'm just assuming that everything looks right.
Yeah, I see your beer.
It looks like orange juice. It smells very citrusy. I don't know that I smell mango gummies. I'm not sure I know what a mango gummy smells like. Wow. I don't think I have drank that one. I think you would like this beer, Steve.
Really?
For it being an Imperial IPA, you would assume it would be super bitter, but it's not at all. It's not bitter at all.
Wow. Okay.
It's very, very fruity, very citrusy. I definitely get the orange. I get mango. I don't know. Like I said, well, could you differentiate between a mango and a mango gummy?
Artificial and real. I couldn't.
You should definitely know the difference between artificial and real by now. Fruit, Steve, fruit.
So your camera froze. Can you see me?
Yeah, your camera's just fine. Okay, yeah. Yeah, don't dump the bottom of that into the glass. I almost threw up when I saw that. We're gonna let that settle a little bit.
All right. Well, while that's settled a little bit, I'm drinking an actual timely beer, I guess. Maybe it's a little late, but this is Christian Moorline's Christ Kind.
Christ Kind.
Winter Warmer Ale.
I can't see, the lights are like piercing through the can.
It's let me see. It's got 6.9% Oh, this Christian Moreline Brewing Company out of Cincinnati, Ohio, right down the road.
Yeah.
You know them. You guys know them. It's a good brewery. I've never had a bad beer from there. Have you?
No, not that I can think of.
Actually, have you ever had a bad beer?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah, anything sour. Yeah.
Don't be like that.
No, I mean seriously, when I pour it in my glass and I smell it and I go, wow, that smells like vomit. And then I take a drink and I'm like, wow, that tastes like vomit. That's a bad beer.
I love sours. They're great. I don't understand.
No,
Okay,
I brewed a bad beer once too. I took one drink of it and I'm like, nope. Down the drain.
6.95% ABV with a 30 IBU, so it's not going to be very bitter at all. I did have something pulled up here. This is what they say on the can. It says, "You've discovered Moreline Christkind, a winter warmer inspired by the German spirit of holiday gift giving. Unwrap this large malt-bodied ale with the essence of chocolate sweetness. The balanced hop finish creates a subtle spice flavor, sure to excite your taste buds and bring you that crazy warm feeling for those crisp, wintry nights." Which actually, this is one of the first crisp, wintry nights we've had this winter.
It's Christkindl.
Oh,
There's an L at the end of it. Yeah, Christkindl.
I like kind. Christkind.
Christkindl. Christkind.
You can't read it. It's in Spanish or something. Oh, cursive. They don't teach that in school anymore. I forgot how to do it.
Which they shouldn't.
Why?
Teach them how to sign their name. That's all they need to know. Who writes letters anymore?
Script is fun. Okay. Share the warmth and enjoy the perfect brew for the season with the gift of Moreline Christkindl Winter Ale. Makes more sense anyways.
It's a winter ale, so I'm surprised it's only 6.5%. Usually winter warmers are a little higher ABV.
6.95.
Okay, I'm surprised it's only 6.95.
Well, see, the one thing I've read, most winter ales don't have chocolate in them.
No, that one doesn't have chocolate in it either.
Huh?
It doesn't have actual chocolate in it.
Well, you know what I mean.
But it should have some spice to it, a little bit of spice. I don't know if it mentioned anything about spice. It looks like a winter warmer.
It's pretty dark. Smells a little spicy. Smells like a fart. Most of these beers smell like farts.
Your fart smells spicy?
It's got a little sour to it. I mean, not a sour. That's that chocolate mixed with the spice. You say there's no chocolate in this?
Not actual chocolate. Not usually.
Well, I mean, it's brewed with something that has a chocolate flavor.
Yeah, chocolate malt. And not the shit that you get in a Dairy
Right.
Queen chocolate malt.
Which I don't like that malt stuff. I went to UDF with a friend of mine, Jason, once, and he's like, I got a shake. I wanted a shake. He's like, man, you got to get a malt and get double malt powder in it, man. It's delicious. So I got a malt, and they put double malt powder in it, and it just tastes like a mouthful of powder. I don't like it.
They didn't mix it up well.
Oh, wow. That's really weird.
I was going to say, I was just reading a review on it, and it said a very unusual flavor profile.
Yeah, it's really weird. I mean, you can taste a little bit of spice. Like, you get spice right away. And it doesn't taste quite burnt. You know, sometimes you get that almost like a burnt
Yeah, like
flavor. It doesn't taste like that.
a overcooked coffee.
Wow. I remember last year now. I don't like winter warmers. It's a lot of different spice combinations or something, man.
There's a lot going on in winter warmers.
But
Do you feel warm inside now?
warm and fuzzy, just like our politicians make us feel.
Oh man, let me tell you.
So we've had a lot of crazy stuff going on over the last 3 years.
Yeah, just 3 years.
It feels like 8. It's nonstop.
It is.
I'm assuming you watched the State of the Union address.
Well, you would be assuming wrong.
I didn't watch it either. let me rephrase that. I'm assuming you've seen what happened at the end. Actually, in the very beginning.
Yeah. I've seen what happened in the beginning. I've seen what happened at the end.
Okay, there's we don't even have to mention any names because people know what we're talking about. The President of the United States and the Speaker of the House.
Oompa Loompa and Skeletor.
They don't like each other.
No.
And it was nothing more obvious than that at the State of the Union address.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I will say this. What you saw there, that was two children fighting. Like,
oh God.
Like everybody's, I'll say her name. I don't care. Everybody's dogging Pelosi for what she did. Like, okay, everybody on the right is dogging Pelosi for what she did. Everybody on the left's dogging Trump for not shaking her hand. But if you watch that, he was turning away before she stuck her hand out there, and he didn't shake Pence's hand either. Like, that's not his goal wasn't to hand to either of them and shake their hands. Not to defend the fact that he blew her off, right? I mean,
he had to see it. Like,
he saw it.
You ever been talking to somebody and you see their hand, like you just introducing yourself to people, whatever, and you see a hand come out, but you're turning away, and then you go, "Oh shit!" You kind of turn back,
right?
You know what I mean?
Right.
He saw it. You know what I mean?
Let's be honest though. Let's take all political affiliation out of this, right?
Yeah.
Neither one of us are Republicans. Neither one of us are Democrats. This has nothing to do with politics. You're at work, right? You're at work. And let's say you have not even a subordinate, an equal level coworker, right? And that coworker does everything in their power to get you fired, right? Whether it's truthful, whether it's dishonest, whatever. They do everything in their power to get you fired. And you don't. And then you walk up to them and you hand them something that you have to give them. You have no choice. Like, there's no choice in the matter. You can't not do this because it's just what happens. And they shake their hand out. Are you going to shake their hand?
I was thinking about that too. I wouldn't have shook her hand.
Right. I mean, I don't blame them.
But if I was her, I wouldn't have put my hand out there unless she knew he wasn't going to shake it.
You're goddamn right. She knew he wasn't going to shake it. She did that shit on purpose. Just like she took the little pages off the desk and ripped them a little bit at a time as the speech was going on, so she could make sure at the end she had that shit planned, dude.
I'm going to tell you what. Let me first, before we get into anything else, I'm going to grade her ripping of the papers. I'm going to grade it. Okay.
Well, go ahead. No, you start.
I want to say, I want to give her like D plus C minus, a C minus maybe. Okay, because she ripped those papers just like she picked up two at a time, and then put them neatly down. She would have got an A for me if she would have just took the whole stack and just ripped it like a phone book and threw it in the air. Come on, if you're going to do it, Nancy.
See, if you want to talk about just the pure ripping of paper, I wanted to give her like a solid C plus B, right? I mean, she did it.
It took balls. Oh yeah,
right. Solid, maybe even more, maybe B plus, right? I mean, she did it. But then I saw the video of her during the speech taking them off and ripping the side a little bit so she could make sure that she got through them. So I'm thinking, all right, if you did that, then why didn't you pick up the whole thing and just hulk it?
Throw them in the air. Get pissed off. That's what I do on this show all the time.
Yeah.
So, but we both give her you're giving her a B, or did that not get down?
No, I drop it down to a C at best. C at best.
It was
I have to give her some credit just because she did it. I mean,
you know what I think though? I think it was a perfect ending to hopefully this shit is over. You know what I mean?
It's not over. It's nowhere near over.
Do you think they can try to find something else?
Really?
Aren't they exhausted? I'm exhausted. I can't take any more.
Well, I imagine we'll get through the election first, right? We'll get through the election, and if he gets reelected, yes, something else will come up. It will happen again. Although I don't know, they may not, because as I stated from the beginning, they have been saying since, January 27th, 2017, that if we do not impeach this man, he will get reelected. By the way, if you don't know what January 27th, 2017 was, that was Inauguration Day. It might have been January 17th. I'm not 100% sure, but they have literally said since day one that they had to impeach him or he would get reelected. Well, if he gets reelected this time, he can't get reelected again, right?
No.
So maybe they won't.
Maybe they won't. You know what? I would just, it's a pie in the sky, but I would rather they just all went to work. I mean, it's too late now. I don't know if the wounds are too deep between the two of them.
The wounds have been too deep forever, though, right? I mean,
that's what. Yeah, people are saying that this is the most divided this country's ever been.
See, that's bullshit for one. But everybody had this. You know, every time there's a president in office, right? Democrat, Republican, Democrat, Republican, Democrat, Republican. It doesn't matter. The State of the Union is fucking hilarious because half the group stands up and claps, the other half just sits there. Everybody had a big problem with that this time, and I'm like, wait a minute, let me go back and watch every State of the Union that's ever been done that wasn't like some kind of massive control over the House, you know, over Congress.
I hate those State of the Union speeches. Anyways, it's like a big squat workout. It's a big leg workout, man. They just stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down, stand up. And sometimes they're applauding for stuff. You're like, did that really deserve an applause?
Exactly. Yeah.
A standing ovation. Can't you just sit in your chair and clap sometimes, man?
I thought the thing that he did where he brought the soldier in to be with his wife and kids who'd been on 4 tours or whatever, that was cool. It's been done before. I think Obama did it once or twice. It's been done before. It was cool. I thought it was a genuine cool thing to do, but of course the fucking press got a hold of it and talked about how he tried to turn it into a reality TV show.
That's one thing, man. You can like or dislike Trump. It doesn't matter. You got to get the guy is a showman.
Oh yeah, I think that's why a lot of people don't like him because of how big of a showman he is.
He sells tickets, man. He's a draw, dude.
Because you never know what's going to come out of his mouth.
And even as bad as the fights have been, though, between Nancy and Trump, I remember Bush fighting with. I mean, I don't know. They're trying to say it's never been this divided, but I remember the Clinton presidency it seemed like we were pretty divided during that presidency. It depends.
I mean, they impeached that man for getting a blowjob. I mean, they said they impeached him for lying about it. They impeached that man for cheating on his wife in the Oval Office.
Here was my thing with that, though. Like, they asked him about having sexual relations with her, and he's like, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Now, if I was in the Senate or the Congress, there's no way you can impeach for that because his wife hadn't even found out yet. You can't let this guy. Of course, he's going to lie.
Right.
I ain't a man on the planet that'd be like, yep. You know?
Especially when you're married to Hillary Rodham Clinton.
Yeah, you may end up dead. I'm surprised Bill made it.
I think he was too powerful to suicide himself.
How old is Bill?
Oh God, he's got to be in his 70s or pushing 70, right?
He's like 71 or 72, I think. He looks like he's 112. Have you seen the guy lately? He looks rough, man. He is not getting along well.
Bill Clinton is 73.
73. Trump's 71.
Hillary's 72.
Huh?
Hillary's 72.
Yeah, she's getting along good. She still looks good for 72, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Clinton
I haven't seen Bill in a long time.
Because he has to live with her. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, true.
It's probably draining the soul right out of that man. I always liked Clinton, man.
I thought Monica drained the soul right out of that man.
Oh my goodness! All right, I didn't want to get too deep into politics, man. I wanted to get a little bit of fun stuff here, so I went back.
Politics.
Huh?
It's still politics.
It's still politics, but I wanted to go back and see it. Like, I think we've always been this divided, but I think it used to be worse actually than it is now.
You're right. It used to be worse, but there was a big difference back then.
What's that?
Cameras, media, audio.
Well, that, and I think now too, I guess you have to judge things by the era you're in. Right now, we're in an era where, if remember when Joe Biden, what did Obama signed something into law? I can't remember. I think it was gay marriage, and Biden whispered in his ear, "This is a big fucking deal," and everybody lost their mind.
Oh yeah.
On the mic. Yeah, you can't even cuss nowadays. You know, I mean, if you're supposed to be distinguished, like they've always been distinguished, honorable gentlemen or whatever.
Right. They're probably the least honorable people on the planet.
Oh, they always have been. They used to cuss. Okay, not only did they used to cuss. Listen to this story. I found this. This is William Stanberry versus Sam Houston, and this was back in 18. Well, okay, I don't know the exact date that they got in the fight. But it says Sam Houston, born in Virginia, raised on the Tennessee frontier, tortured by Cherokee Indians that he lived with in his teens, and a veteran of the War of 1812. Sam Houston was an opposing 6'4" figure that knew how to break a man if he needed to. Houston, the former governor of Tennessee, was accused by Congressman William Stanberry of Ohio for giving out fraudulent contracts for rations while on a diplomatic mission to Washington, D.C. on behalf of the Cherokee. Upon hearing this, upon hearing of Stanberry's accusatory speech on the House floor, Houston sent a letter to the Ohio congressman challenging him to a duel. Did you see Trump challenging Pelosi to a duel?
Would she be able to hold the gun?
Okay, but Stansbury refused to accept the message, and when Houston found out, he said, "I'll introduce myself to the damned rascal." Those are quotes.
That's
Houston
funny.
approached Stanberry on a Washington, D.C. street, called him a damn rascal, and proceeded to beat the man with a heavy cane. Stansbury was able to wriggle free just enough to grab his pistol when he attempted to shoot Houston, but the gun failed, so Houston proceeded to beat the hell out of the guy. Oh, it was in 1929.
Beat him with a 1829.
Oh, no. The guy that wrote the book about it won a Pulitzer Prize for it in 1929.
Oh, okay. The actual fight took place on April 13th, 1823.
Houston was cleared of fraud charges and received only a $500 fine for the beatdown.
That was a lot of money back then.
I'm just saying, could you imagine if they've really gotten fist fights nowadays? I mean, there's five stories of these are the 5 best fist fights
on the Congress floor.
On the Congress floor, and 2 of them involve canes. One involves oven tongs.
Oven tongs. It just shows you, man. Even back then, people were in Congress far too long. These dudes are in their 70s and 80s using canes to beat each other up.
That's one thing I don't understand about our political process. Do you know the president didn't used to have term limits when they first? Actually, the actual president didn't have hardly much power at all. He was more like a figurehead at first, but he didn't have term limits either. And the one thing everybody's calling for term limits for Congress. You do know that we actually have term limits, but I mean we have the power to limit their damn term. I mean, if you don't like the guy, vote him out.
See, that's the thing, though. That's not a term limit.
We have the power, though, don't we?
Do we?
Yeah, just don't vote for the guy that is still.
Yeah, but you know how many of these people don't even have competitors? You know how many of these people rerun for Congress against nobody?
That's true, too. And you know how many people don't know absolutely anything about the people they're voting for anyways?
The majority of the majority of people.
Voters.
I know what you're getting ready to talk about.
Okay. Do you do?
Yeah.
At a Pete Buttigieg at his
the Iowa caucus.
Yeah, at the caucus. The woman handed in her vote, and then she finds out that Pete Buttigieg is homosexual and has a partner, a life partner. Well, I know he's married, I guess. And she's losing her mind. She's like, how come this isn't public knowledge? Where has this lady been?
Where has this lady been, and what is wrong with her?
Yeah, what's wrong with her, first of all? Yeah, but she doesn't know? It's not like he's trying to hide it.
Does she know she's in the wrong party? But
We're taking applications if she wants to join.
you can't be a Democrat and hate gay people.
Is that true, though? I was thinking about this today. Like, can I'm a conservative, and there's not much I can do about it. I'm not necessarily a Republican, but anyways, can I be a conservative and not care about abortion issue and be on the we need to take care of the planet side of the climate thing and be for guns, the Second Amendment? I mean, why do I have to fall just because I think something?
That makes you a libertarian, Steve.
But just because you fall on, okay, so say you're for abortion, does that automatically make you a Republican? I mean, a Democrat? I mean, I know some Republicans that have absolutely no problem with abortion, and I know some Democrats that are against abortion.
See, that's the problem. That's the problem that I've run into recently. Because I don't hate Donald Trump, I'm a Republican.
You're not just a Republican. You're a backwoods inbred.
Right. I got called racist on Twitter today.
A Bible thumping, gun clutching.
I got blocked by some chick that had like 30-some thousand followers on Twitter today.
Did you?
Yeah, it's great. I found I'm kind of upset that this shit's all over. I really am, because my entertainment for the last week, 2 weeks, has been amazing, and it hit a peak yesterday. Let me tell you, it was at a peak yesterday. It was so great. God, I loved it. It was so amazing. Twitter was a beautiful place yesterday.
So you just go in there and stir the pot?
Oh, you know it. You know it. It's so much fun. Like, dude, everybody on Twitter is already edgelords as it is. Like, they got to be as far to the edge as they can on anything and any topic.
Edgelords, I like that.
So I swoop in and I pick the other side.
The thing that's, I'm 50 years old almost now. I've been through 5 or 6 presidents that I could actually, 5 that I could probably vote for, 4 or 5 that I could vote for. It's always the end of times. I've been, you listen to the radio, and Sean Hannity 25 years ago, Rush Limbaugh they're every election. This is the most important election of our lives, and they're still saying that to this day.
Oh, of course.
Everything is end of days, and I'm figuring it out. It's not.
It's not just. Huh? No, it's not just with politics either, man. Like, everything, literally everything, is end of days. It's the most important subject at hand. Well, what about what you just said was the most important thing 5 minutes ago? Well, that's important too.
It's just so, and I think social media it amps it up, because you get in that echo chamber, and everybody's listening. You guys all just whip yourself into frenzies, man. And then somebody like you comes in and is like, here's I don't know, what do you do? Throw a bomb in there?
Firecracker.
And that's the end of the day. I mean, it's like,
I love it.
I just wish I didn't know anything about politics at all. I wish I didn't care at all. I know people that don't care at all, and they're so happy.
I do have one huge problem with something that he did in the State of the Union.
Okay.
He gave Rush Limbaugh the Medal of Freedom Award. I'm sorry. You can be as conservative and as Republican as you want. Rush Limbaugh's a piece of shit, dude.
I don't think so.
Rush Limbaugh's a piece of shit.
I don't think he is, though.
Okay. I've heard some of the stuff that's come out of that dude's mouth. I feel terrible for him for getting cancer. Don't get me wrong.
Most of the stuff that comes out of his mouth, though, is tongue in cheek. I mean, you got to really know. It is.
That's fine. Whatever. He comes off as a monumental piece of shit.
That's his job, though. He's made a very large.
That's Howard Stern's job. That's not Rush Limbaugh's job.
They're the same guy.
Okay.
They're just on opposite ends of the.
I don't know how you can give the Presidential Medal of Freedom to Rush Limbaugh. I think there's probably way more deserving people out there for that.
Yeah,
and
I don't know how you can either.
And he wouldn't have got it if he wouldn't have announced his cancer. You know that. The only reason he got it is because he's got cancer, and that shit pisses me off too. Like,
I think it was a Bush League move. I think, and really, the same problem I have with that move is the same problem I have with Obama. When Obama came into office, he flat out said, "I'm the president of the Democrats. If the Republicans want to come with us, they can ride in the back of the bus."
Yeah.
Trump has basically said now, not that he didn't imply it the whole time, but now he's basically said, "I'm the president of the conservatives. I'm the president of the Republicans." Yeah. And to me, that's not what a president is. You can have
Absolutely not.
You can have your political beliefs, but once you're working in the government, you're now whatever you are: governor, mayor, senator, congressman. You're now the president of all the people in this country. And
my president.
That's why I don't like a lot of Trump's rhetoric. I don't like a lot of the things that he says. I understand that most of it's for effect, but I would rather he didn't do a lot of that stuff that he does.
Oh yeah, I 100% think he gave that Presidential Medal of Freedom or whatever to Rush Limbaugh just as a jab at the Democrats.
Oh yeah.
Just as a jab at the Democrats and every liberal that was watching, every liberal that would find out about it. That was his way of saying, "Look what I can do. Go fuck yourself."
And here's the thing, though, too, that it might backfire on him because honestly, a lot of people in the middle, a lot of moderates, they don't like Rush Limbaugh either. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
And so that may actually come to back on him. Yeah,
but you know what's also another thing that you got to think about, though, is what a lot of moderates saw during that as well, and that was the Nancy Pelosi hissy fit.
She had the entire speech.
Yeah, I know. The entire time she's sitting back there, that looked bad, right? I mean, it looked bad. Whether or not you agree with her feelings on the situation, I mean, that's fine. You're allowed to have that opinion. It looked bad.
But she is 107, right?
At least, and drunk. Always.
I'm just hopefully hopefully it keeps going so we can keep having fun. Maybe they find something else on him.
They might. I don't know. Who knows? I mean,
this something. The most fun presidency ever.
Think of it this way, though. I mean, our next election, we're either going to get 4 more years of Trump, or we're finally going to see what socialism's like.
Did you see that the Democrats are really ganging up against Bernie? They're going to not let him win again.
I don't understand why he's so mad about it. I mean, they're doing exactly what he preaches. They are taking his votes and evenly distributing them amongst the other candidates.
Yeah, but they had changed the rules after what they did to him last election. They changed the rules. They were going to make the superdelegates no longer superdelegates.
Yeah.
And then now that they saw him at the top again, they're like, wait a minute, these superdelegates, we need the superdelegates back. So they're going to have superdelegates now.
You know why they're doing it, though?
Because they don't want Bernie to be president.
There's a couple reasons. One, even the Democrats are controlled by corporations.
Yeah.
2, they don't think a socialist can beat Trump.
Oh, and 3, when he talks about taking money from the rich people, he's talking about them.
Right. And him.
And him. They're the rich people. I get so sick of them putting us against. I'm just going to say one thing. I know we got to go. I love rich people. I don't give a damn. You guys can hate me for it all you want. I love billionaires. We need more of them. The more billionaires they are, everybody's like, it don't trickle down. Bullshit. The more shit they buy, the more shit we have to build, the more jobs we have, the more it's just, that's how it works. If you get rid of the billionaires and the millionaires and we all have $8 a piece, none of us are making shit, none of us are doing shit, none of us are buying shit, and we won't have, it just won't work. It's dumb.
Dude, and a lot of billionaires are pretty fucking cool.
I would love to be a billionaire. I would aspire to be a billionaire. It'll never happen. But.
Well, no, you heard what AOC said today, right?
What?
The idea that a normal person can just pull themselves up from the bootstraps and make it in this country is an absolute joke.
And why?
I don't know. I stopped listening after that.
Because
My
it's like
ears hurt.
almost every. Go ask Jay-Z how he became a billionaire.
How about Dr. Dre?
He's so cracking the projects, homie.
Right. Look at Dr. Dre. We know his story. NWA.
People can do it. It can be done. Billionaire's kind of high, but millionaire.
I don't know, man.
There's a lot of millionaire truck drivers. I ain't
Gotta save.
I ain't All right,
dude. Whoa.
What happened? Hey, thanks for watching Brothers Beer Podcast. We'll see you guys in a couple days.